Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hit Zone with your hosts, J Hits and C Rob. Sit back, grab yourself a drink, and let's talk sports.
Hello, good people. It's your boy, Jay Hits,
And I'm C Rob.
and together with the Hit Zone, just two homeboys talking sports. Yo, C Rob, man, we had a good show last night, man. Talking college football. You know, had a
And so,
a diehard Alabama fan on with us discussing hard. A lot of talk on Texas Alabama game coming up this week. But this week, man, we discussing NFL, man. What's going on, man? What's your thoughts, bro?
hey man, I'm glad to share my thoughts with you, but before I do, what you sipping on over there, pal?
The official drink of the Hit Zone.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
always.
I know it is, bro. Know it is, dog. Yeah, man. Yeah, the last night was fun, bro. Last night was fun. Talking college football. You know, we've been waiting all year for this week. So yeah, now we get to talk the NFL. Like these two subjects were too important to just have one show this week. And who knows, we might do two going forward while it's football season. We'll see. But man, Cowboy season starting. I know everybody's hype. Either you know the haters are hype and the lovers are hype as well, bro.
No doubt about it, man. I'm hyped. You know, I'm hyped just to have football here, though. NFL football. It kicks off around this time tomorrow. We will be watching football, man. The kickoff is the Rams versus Buffalo. That's a good game. A lot of people got Buffalo winning the Super Bowl this year. Speaking of that, we were giving our Super Bowl picks also on today's broadcast. But yeah, man, I'm excited. The Cowboys, you know, they sustained a big time injury. I don't think we've had a chance to talk about this since our last show.
Bro.
But I think can I get something off my chest? Can I just put
Go
it
ahead
out
and
there,
get
bro?
off your chest, dog. This your moment, bro. It's your show. Take time.
Bro.
Put it out there, dog.
Everyone knows that Jerry Jones is a great businessman. No one argues that. We know this guy knows business. He's a very successful businessman, period. Within business, most people understand that great businessmen, they have a plan, then they have a backup plan, and the best of the best has a backup plan to the backup plan, right?
Okay.
Why doesn't Jerry Jones run the Cowboys like he run his businesses? We had a
What you
show.
mean by
bro.
that?
We had a show. I think it was maybe a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you proposed a question to me. You said, Hits, what is most likely to happen to the Cowboys this season? And I believe my third or fourth pick was Tyron Smith would get hurt. So if we knew that, we understood that.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that Jerry Jones, this great businessman, didn't understand that Tyron Smith might get hurt. So let me put in place a backup plan just in case this happens. Because if this happens, this could derail our season.
Fact.
He didn't think of this. So now we're going into the season. Kickoff Sunday night with the rookie left tackle, bro. We were scrambling so hard to get a left tackle that we signed a 40-year-old left tackle. 40 years old now. He's the second oldest player next to Tom Brady in the NFL. I have a problem with this, C-Rob. Because I know you understand business, bro. I know you understand this. You're a successful businessman. You understand plan, backup plan. If this doesn't work, I'm going with this. I know you understand that. So why are you not running the Cowboys like that, bro? That is so frustrating to me.
Well,
that's my rant, dog. I'm sorry. I didn't want to get on
no, man.
like that, bro.
Hey, no, we can stay on this for a minute because, hey, man, we grew up here. We know what time it is. We Dallas till we die, bro. Don't always and forever be a Cowboys fan. It's just the way it is. But I also saw over the last month, Cowboys are now worth $8 billion with a B. $8 billion. Most valuable sports franchise in the world. And that brings me to this. We don't care. Cowboys fans don't care. Like, that's not a flex. That's not a flex that the guy that owns our team has made it worth $1 billion. That's good for him and his family. But I think that's become the focus now. Like, I think they're just trying to run that number up. Every year, what can it be worth next year? So if that means, maybe we don't spend as much money as we should or could to win, they're good with that. They're good with being mediocre. They're good with being just good enough to where the fans don't give up and stop going to the stadium. They're gonna, as long as that happens, as long as that parking lot's full and people buying concessions, they're gonna make their money. People are still gonna be buying the jerseys that we all already own. I'm not gonna keep buying the jerseys. So they're gonna keep making their money, bro. And they're good with, hey man, we'll be 10-7, or hey, maybe we'll win 12 games this year. And maybe we'll win a playoff game, maybe we won't. But we're finna make this money. They're good with that, bro. And so I refuse to let them stress me, bro. Not letting the Cowboys stress me. If they win, cool. If they lose, man, that sucks because I'm a fan. But I ain't gonna stress over it, bro. I'll walk away. I'll walk away from a game if I see they get rolled. My heart can't take it no more, bro.
I've heard you say that a lot, that, the Cowboys are okay with being mediocre as long as tickets are getting sold. And for years, I kind of pushed back on that, man. Like, nah, man, Jerry Jones is a winner, man. He won 3 Super Bowls. You can't tell me that the owner that has won 3 Super Bowls is okay with being mediocre. But I saw something. It said that the Cowboys haven't had back-to-back double-digit wins since like the 90s, bro. And we done had teams when we had a team since then that ran 13. We had 2 teams who win 13 games. We had a lot of teams who win 10 games. We had we've had some 11 win teams, 12 win teams. The point I'm making, bro, if you're serious about winning, let's take last year, for example. We won 11 games, 11 or 12 games last year, right?
We won 12, yeah.
We won 12 games last year.
Yep.
We lost to the 49ers in the last seconds of the game. The 49ers went to the NFC Championship game and was a dropped interception away from going to the Super Bowl. That tells me that your team is close, bro. That tells me you're close. So with you being close, in my opinion, what you do is you bring everybody back and you add a few more people to the mix, and let's go win a Super Bowl. Because you don't go into the season saying, hey, Amari Cooper, bye. Randy Gregory, bye. Leo Collins, bye. Connor Williams, bye. Cedric Wilson, see you later. You don't do that if you're trying to win.
Facts.
In my opinion, they should have brought the whole band back, added a few more players, go get your left, spend your money. You got $20 million under the cap. You like you have more cap salary cap space than any other team. Go out and sign you a left tackle in free agency and bring back everyone and let's load it up and let's try to win. Because if you think about it, the teams that actually wins, they'll be on a winning streak where they win double-digit games for 3 or 4 years in a row, and one of those years they'll make a run, bro.
Yep.
You can't win by saying, okay, this year I'm going to win 12, and next year I'm going to be 8-8. You can't win. You can't keep doing that. So when you said that the Cowboys are okay with being mediocre, bro, it's kind of hard to defend that stance now from what I've seen over the years, especially this year. You got a quarterback that's in his prime. This is Zeke. He's on his last leg. You have to deal with this guy now. This was a first-round pick. This was a top 5 pick that you spent. You have to win with this dude now. So,
yeah, man. These are facts, bro. Like we talked about this. They're still $20 million under the cap.
20 million.
Like, if you believe your team can win, if you believe that's a winner, bro, you're investing, like you said. Let's run it back. Why are you getting rid of players? La'el Collins, it'd be really nice to have him right now. It'd be real nice to have him right now.
No doubt.
But,
no doubt.
Here we are.
And this is another thing. This is another thing, bro. Our defense, I feel, is pretty good. And what makes our defense scary, no one is really getting paid over there. Only Tank Lawrence, bro. No one is getting paid. You should have said, hey, man, we finna bring everybody back. We finna line it back up, and we finna go for it, man. And because we're gonna have to pay Michael Parsons, we're gonna have to pay Diggs, we're gonna have to pay some of these defensive linemen that we think are great players. We're finna have to pay them. So we're not gonna keep everybody. So we have to win now. That's it. Man.
These are facts, bro, and we'll talk more about the Cowboys as the show goes on. But we definitely would like, everybody, hey, interact with us. You can make a comment. Hey, if you really want to, talk about your team, we got the link to join the show in the comments. So by all means, when you do come on, state your affiliation. Let that be known from jump who you with. It don't have to be the Cowboys, but state your affiliation and let us know what you want to talk about.
That's right. So I know we got some news, some NFL news. What news you got going on right now, C-Rod?
I mean, the biggest thing is, the injuries that we talked about at left tackle. But just lighter news with the Cowboys. Turpentine changing his number to Romo's number, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, I've been hearing a lot of people up in arms about this guy having number 9, bro. The Cowboys is a team of rich tradition. We've had great players throughout our franchise. Tony Romo doesn't fit that mold. He didn't win, bro. Tony Romo won 2 playoff games in his career. Don't get me wrong. It's a great story. It's a 30 for 30 made for TV movie right now, man. Let me be the producer. Like it's a great story. But Tony Romo is not a guy that we retire. Should have his number retired. I think no one officially has their number retired as a Cowboy. We mostly just don't assign those numbers. And I think it's 3. It's Emmitt Smith, 22, Roger Staubach, number 12, and 8, Troy Aikman. That's about it. Everybody else is fair game, man. I feel like 88 should be retired, but no, man. Yeah. He might make number 9. You might forget about Tony Romo.
Hey, if he's as good as we think he could be, hey, he might.
Yeah.
That 9 might get retired. But you know how I feel about Tony. You know,
Yeah,
I was a big time Romo fan, but yeah, man, he don't meet the qualifications.
exactly.
You know, it sucks to say it. It didn't work out, and it wasn't always his fault, but it didn't work out, man. And hey, it is what it is. But I see. It looks like we might have a guest, man. Looks
Yep.
like we have a guest that want to talk to us tonight.
But
Paulie.
you know, I thank y'all, good brothers, for giving me an opportunity to share some time with y'all again. It's just awesome to have a platform like this and talk about football. But I just heard y'all talking about. I can't even bring my mouth to say the name of that team.
First of
But
all, first of all, first of all, first of all,
Got
this
your
is the hit
affiliation.
zone. This is the hit zone. We have to have some house rules. First of all, do you have a drink? Coffee, water? What are you drinking right now?
water.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. That's
Now,
first.
now, state your affiliation.
Now state your affiliation.
6-time world champion, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Now carry on.
You know, Jay, my wife roots for the Bad Boys, but the last thing that you guys were talking about, the whole thing with Turpin, and you just brought up some really really good points about. I'm not a Cowboy hater. I know I sound like it. My wife really thinks I am, but I do know, just as you talked about, Cowboys are a franchise rich in tradition and history, and a lot of that history is intertwined with my Steelers. And so I know a lot of that history. And just as you said, I think that was a good point. Everybody that's in that ring of honor, I think the most of them, if not all, I can't think of one that has not won a Super Bowl. And tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that anybody in the ring of honor has not won a Super Bowl as a Dallas
There,
Cowboy.
there, there might be one I can't think of right now, but I can tell you, I believe every one of them is a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah,
Except Darren Woodson.
definitely that. Okay, I will sit here and think about that all day, but I think that as far as Jerry Jones and um, the Cowboys go, you're talking about the most valuable sports franchise for in American football, and I think is it globally? Um, but
Yeah,
you're
just
talking
in the
Pretty much.
world.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, talking about somebody that you have a brand that you haven't really improved on since the first Bush administration, but it's the most valuable um, franchise in the world. Why would he? Why would he change anything? I mean, I honestly, you know, I think year before last, I really, really thought, that Dallas had a chance to make some hay the year before last, and this last year that was an aberration to me. They came, what I think a couple of seconds away from maybe winning
But
that
but
game
but
against the
but
49ers.
Paulie, that's exactly what I was saying. It's
Mhm.
like you saying that, hey, there was a couple of years ago where, man, I thought that following year they gonna make the run. And that's the problem I have with the Cowboys, bro. When you see your team is close, that's why I think it's not about winning with Jerry Jones anymore. It's about being the most valued franchise. That 7 billion you talk, 8 billion that you're talking. That's what I think he pats himself on the back for more than the 3 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah,
I feel like when you close, when you think your team is close, and any team that wins double-digit wins is close. So
yeah,
every time the Cowboys win, like I don't know if you heard the stat earlier in the show when I said that the Cowboys haven't won double digits back to back since the 90s, bro.
right. I heard you. Yeah, yeah.
That's ridiculous to me.
My wife and I talk all the time, and she's she impresses me with her knowledge of football, especially when it comes to the Cowboys.
We might need to have her on the show then.
Yeah,
Right.
one thing we talked about sitting over here, but she had on a Cowboy shirt earlier today. But the thing about the Cowboys that we talk about all the time is Steven, I think when Jerry abdicates the throne, when he steps off the throne, and it seems like it's gonna be they're gonna have to get the Cowboys out of this cold dead hand. But when Steven takes over, I think there's gonna be a difference in philosophy. I think they're gonna start pushing in all in to win. They're gonna start doing more of the
I got this.
out in LA where he said, I'm finna go all in and win a Super Bowl. And what did they do? They won a Super Bowl.
Hey, Paulie, let me tell you, right now, Steven is running this right now. And anybody is watching that thinks, God forbid, I love Jerry Jones. I don't want anything to happen to him. But if anyone thinks things are going to change, no, you're wrong, because actually what Jay Hitz misses is that Jerry Jones that is all in. That Jerry Jones that when Deion Sanders was a free agent, he was like, you know what? I'm going to get him. That's the missing piece. Or Charles Haley, I'm going to get him. That's the missing piece. This dude's not desperate anymore, because we clowned him. We clowned him when he traded 2 first-round picks for Joy Galloway.
Yeah. See, that's when Jerry
clowned him. We clowned him when he traded for Roy Williams.
Yeah.
So now he's like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do that reckless all-in stuff. And now Steve is the one that's about the money. Steve is the one that's running the cat.
I mean,
so nothing's actually things will probably get worse.
That's what I'm worried about.
Jerry's gone.
You know who's going to take the Cowboys to another Super Bowl?
Charlotte.
The grandson.
Jerry Jr.
Jerry Jr.
I really think that Jerry still wields that power and within that organization. And I hear what you're saying. I'm not close enough to that situation to have an opinion about it. It just seems as though you make some excellent point about the moves that Jerry made back in the 90s with Deion and Haley, and those were boss moves and got them championships. But I think now I just think that there's so much veto power that Jerry Jones still has, and I don't know. I mean, what you said is totally logical. It's just I want to think that, in my mind, I want to think that, the curse of Jimmy Johnson is still on Jerry Jones, and y'all not going to win until he's gone.
The curse I think is real. I agree with you, but I just want to point out, because you said you think he has veto power. This is just one more piece of information. Jerry Jones wanted to draft Johnny Manziel.
I remember that.
He was dead set on it. You know who stopped him from doing that? Steven. Yeah.
And I also heard that Jerry Jones only has input on the first round pick. That's the only one that he really, voice his opinion, state what he feels that the team needs is the first round pick. And if that's the case, man, for the past 10 years, he's been doing a great job at that. Jerry used to, but I don't know if it was Jerry, but I don't know who was in charge of our first rounders back in the early aughts or right after our Super Bowl run. We was drafting Shante Carver and Kavika Pittman and those type of dudes. So yeah, I feel like our drafting has gotten a lot better. I think, like I say, because Jerry is kind of staying out of it just for that first pick. So
hey, so just want to reset. This is the Hit Zone. I'm C-Rob with my co-host Jay Hitz, and we got a guest, Pittsburgh Steelers fan, Paulie. But you just want to reiterate.
Put some respect on that name. 6-time world champion, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now that's fine. Don't interrupt the show, Polly. I just wanted to look. Just want to make sure we as we have guests come on that they understand. Hey, state your affiliation and let us know what you're sipping on.
Mm-hmm.
It can be whatever, and we respect everybody. And now we talk. Polly, we talked about the Cowboys, but like we said earlier, we ain't just got to talk about the Cowboys, man. What's going on with the Steelers this year?
Well, this just yesterday, they named Mitch Trubisky as the starter for Week 1. I'm really excited about it. I'm totally excited about it. Mitchell Trubisky came from North Carolina, and again, my wife is from North Carolina, and so I had a chance to kind of take a look at him before he got in the league, and I like him. I think that he got a bad rap. When he went to Chicago, I don't think that Bears system was enough. It was the right system for him because he is a dual threat quarterback. I mean, the guy's got wheels. He's got a cannon for an arm, and I think his only issue is accuracy, and that can be a big thing. But I think that can be coached.
Yeah, that's a big issue.
That's pretty big.
Real big issue. But I think the preseason games, he actually, he played pretty well. I'm excited this weekend to see what they're going to look like this weekend. I think that the dude that we drafted this year, Kenny Pitts from Pittsburgh, I think he's going to be a stud. I think that they got the right plan in place to let Mitch Trubisky do his thing, and I think that probably before the end of the season, you'll probably see Kenny in that starting role. But I think it'll be a good thing for Pittsburgh to get Mitchell Trubisky out there, get him acclimated. He's getting acclimated to the system, and let him roll out because. The one thing that I think that's going to happen at the end of this, Mitchell Trubisky is going to show out. We're going to have Kenny Pitts, as a backup, and then he's trade fodder, at the end of the season, so we can get some more pieces. I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, because you still got, Mason. What's going to happen to Mason Rudolph? I think they're going to ship him off, and but don't nobody want Mason Rudolph. So
no one does.
No.
Hey, looks like we have another guest, Jay Hitz. Looks like we got Coach Pitt on the line. He's driving. I think we want to try to get him on while he's free. Just leaving football practice, I'm sure. How's it going, Coach Pitt?
It's going good.
Coach Pitt, what's going on, man?
Doing all right?
Doing good. Hey, man, I know you just getting out of practice, right?
Yes, sir.
So I know you got you drinking some Gatorade, some water, something like that?
Yeah, rehydrate. Got some rehydrate right there.
All right.
Yes,
what's the affiliation, man?
Yeah, go ahead and let everybody know who your NFL team is.
Oh, I'm Redskin, burgundy, and gold. Some call them the Commanders. Some call them the football team. I've been there since birth. I was born into a Super Bowl, so in 1987 season. So I've been carrying that out. They say a Redskin fan is loyal because it ain't been that many. I didn't bandwagon jump.
We know you ain't had a bandwagon to jump on.
No doubt. I've known Coach Pitt his entire life, and he's HTTR. That's what he does. And but for me, they're the football team. But what's your thoughts on how y'all looking preseason? What's your expectations going into this year?
I think we'll be pretty good. What surprised me during the preseason, the Redskins usually win all of our preseason games, and then we start off bad in the season. So I like how this year we lost, so it can show us really what we need to work on. And then I'm anxious to see that offensive group. They got us picked in most NFL brackets last. I seen 4-12, 4-13 now. And I'm thinking, how can that be possible when Carson Wentz 2 years ago was considered one of the best quarterbacks in the league? And then last year he goes to the Colts, and they would make the playoffs if their defense stepped up and played. So I don't, him with those receivers, he's never had no receivers how he has this year. So,
I just don't have confidence in Carson Wentz. Washington is a quarterback away. Everyone know that. If Washington ever get them a quarterback, they're gonna be scary as hell. But
interesting,
Carson Wentz, bro. Nah.
Hey, Coach Pitt, our other guest on here is a Steelers fan, so it's very interesting to me that both of y'all have hope in these journeyman quarterbacks that have kind of proven they can't really get it done.
Yeah.
But y'all, you serious? Do you expect the Washington to have like a top 10 offense with him at quarterback?
We don't need him to have a top 10 offense for us to be very successful. We need him to manage the game.
Okay.
I don't need him to be Aaron Rodgers. I need him to manage the game. Our defense has kept us in a lot of games last year that we should have won if our quarterback managed the game. You get what I'm saying? Like, we got beat out a couple of times, but every game was, quarterback managed. And, to me, the biggest problem on our team is the field goal kicker. And that's our whole division. But nobody wants to talk about that. But
brother, we're going to talk about it.
Hey, man, I like our receiver, Scary Terry, man. He's a beast.
I like him, and I'm very anxious to see Dotson from Penn State. He's pretty exciting. I've watched him at camp. I watched his stuff, at Penn State. He's another Terry, and that's kind of scary, to me. And then, along with Cam Sims from Alabama, he's been there for a couple of years. 6'6". I mean, everybody saw the play he made on Diggs. He jumped all on his head in the back of that end zone. But, Terry can't, he can't beat triple coverage by himself. So he gonna need some type of help on that other side.
Polly, you muted.
This may be that time where, just as I said about Mitchell Trubisky, that he's gone to a team that has the right system for him. I mean, because you remember this, the spark that he had when he was in Philly, when he had some decent receivers, Carson Wentz, really, until he got hurt, because, the one thing about Carson Wentz is, they talk about he's made of glass. So, I think that's one of the knocks on him, just as you said, Coach, the thing about him, I think he's been good to a point. But again, I'm cautiously optimistic about what he's going to be able to do in Washington, but I'm hoping that they got the right system for him. They can keep him healthy. That means they got a line, because just as you said before, Chase Young and that defense. Is Chase Young still hurt? I know that he had some issues at the end of the season last year. Is he going to be? Is he playing week 1?
He's not playing week 1. He's out for 4 weeks. Some fake news came out yesterday with him re-aggravating his torn ACL, which the dude apologized and said it was fake. But I think he'll be okay. Chase Young is good. I like Chase Young, but Jonathan Allen is the one who you can't block. And if he continues his dominance on the inside, you can put anybody on that outside to rush quarterback. I mean, it's a rush quarterback league, so you can just go get somebody,
But
regular.
I'm gonna tell you, Chase Young is to Washington, to me, what Michael Parsons is to Dallas. I mean, he is one of those young dogs that you got a game plan for every week. I mean, because like Michael Parsons last year, he played 7 different positions last year on defense. I mean, so Chase Young is, I think he is.
No. Thank you. No. We can't let you continue with that statement, sir. That's
We can't let you go
like,
on like that, bro. You said Michael
yeah,
Parsons.
yeah. No, yeah, we can't let you do that, bro.
What's his name?
Hey, Chase is hey, he was best. He's the best rush in coming out of college. His draft year, he deserved to be picked where he was. He's a monster. He's a really good player. Parsons,
Hey,
generational, bro. That's not no. That's generational, bro.
Okay,
This baby LT, and you just put somebody else in there with baby.
You should have said Tank Lawrence or something.
Yeah.
No, he's better. He's better than Tank. Now, I'm not saying he's Michael Parsons because Michael Parsons, he did a lot of things. Now, Chase, his rookie year broke a lot of records. His stuff is in the Hall of Fame too. So they're both, I would say they're up there. I would have Parsons. When you got a guy that can rush the quarterback and play middle linebacker in this type of NFL and cover and can run, that kind of makes it, a little bit different. But Chase is up there. I say he's better than DeMarcus Lawrence, of course. I mean, he went to Ohio State. He's the number 2 pick. You can't even compare that. But
he's definitely better right
he's
now.
not Michael Parsons, but he's a difference maker. Yes.
Oh, yeah,
when he's out there, he's a difference maker. But the NFL. Yeah.
Let me just shout out to some of the people in our chat, man. Cool just chimed in on the show. He gave us a comment. He said his affiliation is with them boys. Cowboys, America's team. Defense will push us deep into the playoffs. Boys will be top 5 in takeaways, and turpentine will change the game for us.
What is Cool drinking? He need to put his drink himself. What is he thinking? Did you read that comment, Paulie?
Yeah.
He said top 5 takeaways. With who?
They were the top 5. They were top 5 takeaways.
Based on last year, that's not a far-fetched statement.
It's not a total stretch based on what your boy did from Alabama last year, but top 5, I don't know. This is the thing that Michael Parsons said this year that really made me think that it may not be as much of a stretch. He said this year he's going to focus more on strip sacks and interceptions than he did last year. Last year, he said, all I was doing was learning the game last year. So if you got that boy, number 7, if he can get it together, all the way together, and play that corner like everybody thinks he can, and you got Michael Parsons, that might not be as much of a stretch, but I got a question. Who's the best team in the NFC East? And I'm gonna say East because I know what most folks say, but the East.
Hey, we got our picks later in the show. We're gonna go over all that. We're gonna go down each division and give our picks. So
he said, Paulie, top 5 takeaways. Now, 2 guys that you named in your statements, Paulie, you said Diggs and you said Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
And all of us been watching the NFL for multiple years know that it takes a year to game plan for you. So Parsons going through the line, lining up, whatever, that's good for 1 year. Now it takes a year for the NFL's offense to game plan for you. You get what I'm saying? So when you're saying RG3 was the best quarterback in the division, yes, he was for that year because that offense came on the scene and it takes a year for them to game plan for you.
Coach Pitt, let me break something down to you, Coach Pitt. I can't let you just, get out there too far, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, the NFL, what they do is they make you left-handed. They make you play with your left hand. So if you just have one thing that you do, they take that away from you. When you got a guy like Michael Parsons that do multiple things, it's hard to make him left-handed. It's hard. But I see when you bring up RG3. RG3 was a runner. What the NFL defensive coordinators say, let's keep him in the pocket. They made him left-handed. So, like I say, with a player like Parsons, I hate to bring up Lawrence Taylor, but Lawrence Taylor, them type of players, man, the best thing you can do is hope he don't mess your game up too much. That's it.
But Jay hits when a player like Parsons, last year you had Randy Gregory gone. You had your D tackle that was pretty good gone. So now when
Who's the D
Parsons
tackle
comes
that's
back
gone?
there,
Hold on, who's the D tackle that's gone?
What tackle?
was Crawford gone?
Crawford?
He
You
been.
talking about
Yeah.
3 years ago?
I think the other guy came back too. That was pretty good. I think he has a 90 number. But when you slide the protection to your best pass rusher, which is what Michael Parsons finna get now, because you showed you the best pass rusher on the team.
Hold on, Pete. Hold on.
Okay,
I'm
go,
sorry.
go.
I gotta let you know.
Get him, C-Rob. Get him.
Okay.
What's dang it? Made me forget our defensive end's name. Tank Lawrence.
Don't forget
Tank
Sam
played
Williams,
4
but keep
games.
going.
Tank played 4 games last year, bro. 4. So that means it was obvious. Everybody saw it. It was obvious on tape. Parsons, if he's rushing from the edge, is the best rusher on the team. Every offense knew that, but he still got his. They knew it. They came playing for it. It didn't matter. And then I want to say this about top 5 and takeaways. They were that last year.
Yes.
They were that last year. And
they was number 1 last year.
And most Cowboy fans feel like the defense is better this year under Dan Quinn. I think we're better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's extremely difficult to lead the league in turnovers 2 years in a row.
Okay.
But if they could be top 5, okay.
So let me give the Cowboy fans a rude of awakening.
Okay.
Who was supposed to be the best D line coming into last year?
It was y'all.
The Redskins. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know what changed with that?
Injuries.
People started game planning for us, and they was like, hey, if they got the best D line, how about we max protect and see what their corners can do? And on games that the Cowboys lost, they max protect, and they saw what Diggs can do by himself out there. How do you stop a pass rush? You max protect.
I'll say, look,
and you play that. You make that corner play what he likes to do. And Diggs is not a man to miss.
I'll say this about defenses too. About this defense, defense is easier when you have a good offense.
Yes,
and that was part of y'all's issue last year too. Teams didn't have to take chances against y'all, take risk, because they weren't getting blown out on the other side.
Yeah,
it's the same way they did the Cowboys. I know this because they did the Cowboys that way when Dak got hurt. When Dak got hurt, it was like, oh, we can take our time. We don't have to risk it. We can beat these guys. If it goes into the fourth quarter, we're gonna win. And that's how teams looked at the football team last year because of the quarterback play. Like quarterbacks, good offense helps defense every time.
Do you think that the Cowboys got better this year on offense to help with that top 5 takeaways? Because I don't think y'all got better.
No.
Can I answer that?
I don't. Go ahead.
Well, the Cowboys was number 1 in yards, right, last year in offense, right? I don't feel us being number 1 in yards this year, but with a healthier Dak, Dak came off a great injury, bro.
I like that.
With the healthy Dak, a healthy Zeke with the running game, Tony Pollard, we still going to be able to move the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, don't sleep on Turpin. We got a kick returner to flip the field position now. That all plays into the hands of the defense. If you think about all the great kick returners from Devontae, what's his name, from the Texas A&M former kick returner, and Josh Cribbs and Hester, these guys had good defenses, but their offenses were suspect at best. Well, none of them had the offense that the Cowboys had. So we have a kick returner, and we have a kicking game that can change field position. We have a defense who can take away the ball, and we have an offense that can move the ball if need to. So, man, hey, you can't compare this team to that Redskins team a year ago. It's totally different. We're made up different.
Well, football 101 says if you're a kickoff return, you're losing.
Punt
So
return.
We talking
Hold
about
up, punt.
return.
Punt return.
okay,
Kickoff going through the end zone anyway. I don't know why I said kick. I mean punt.
well, I like Turpin. I'm still upset about our front office for not taking that shot right there, knowing that we haven't had a punt returner since Brian Mitchell.
Like
That's
us.
how long it's been. But
Yep.
I feel like he's good, and I feel like Dak is ready to take that step. It's just always something from the outside looking in that's holding y'all back. Like I feel like y'all was good last year, and I hated to say it. And see, Rob will tell you, I hate saying that the Cowboys are good, but I respected that they were good. But I always knew that it would be something to trip them up, and I don't know what it is. Sometimes people say it's play calling. Sometimes they say it's the head coach with managing games. I feel like he should have called
You said
timeout a
it.
couple of times.
You
Yes.
knocking
And yes.
You're saying exactly what it is.
But I just don't know, and that's what makes me say if it's a tie between roster and roster, I feel like the Redskins have a better roster than the Cowboys. Now, quarterback, of course, Dak. Dak's the best quarterback in the division. We know that. That's everybody. But when you say receivers as receiving core, which I'll let an Amari Cooper go, Amari Cooper, I don't know anybody for the last how many years he been with the Cowboys? 5 years
Something like that.
on the Redskins teams that can cover Amari Cooper. I done went to every
Nope.
game here, and we cannot cover Amari Cooper. So for y'all to let him go, that's big, man. That's big. That is your route runner.
Y'all couldn't cover Dez Bryant either, so that's not saying a lot. Like y'all haven't
But
been
that-
been able to
again,
cover a lot of our receivers for years.
That's a physical route runner. You're naming guys that were for their time. They changed the game a little bit. Dez was different. CD Lamb is not
Nobody.
Dez.
There's no shame.
not
Nobody
Dez.
could cover that.
Yeah. CD Lamb is not Dez, but CD Lamb is CD Lamb. And I
But
think
he's
CD
gonna
Lamb
have
is
to
a good
do it.
receiver.
He's gonna have to do it by himself, though.
Not necessarily.
They got a lot to prove, bro.
got some guys coming
This
down.
is true.
Now, if y'all
This is
saying
true.
that my guys
Got-
gotta stay injury free, you definitely gotta say Gallup gotta stay injury free. He ain't
No
played
doubt.
2
That's what every team. That's what every team. No doubt.
So Gallup's not playing this week, but I heard he's practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Not playing this week, right?
Yeah, Chase
Yeah.
practicing.
I'm afraid they're gonna rush him back. And he's gonna get re-injured. And for that reason, I'm not depending on Gallup. When I make my prediction on the Cowboys season later in the show, it's with the thought of Gallup not playing more than half the season. So I'm not even considering. I try not to consider injured players in my thoughts and predictions. It's safer that way.
No doubt. Hey, in the chat, Cool said, if your defensive line is the truth, all you need is 4. Max protect on 7 in coverage. Turnover chain shining.
Cool, but definitely believes in the Cowboys this year. Cool, go ahead and give us your prediction. I want to see what you got for the Cowboys.
I need Cool to tell me who's the Cowboys safeties, because that is the biggest weakness of y'all team. If I, as a Redskin fan, as a Steelers fan, if y'all ever drafted a safety, y'all have had a safety since Darren Woodson.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. Like Redskins, I don't know personnel with the Redskins, so I don't even try to talk about Redskin personnel. I don't really think you know the Cowboys personnel neither.
I do. You have to know your
our safeties are pretty good. J-Ron Curse.
Yeah, I think that's the strength. That's the strength of our secondary is the safeties.
Yeah,
that's a box safety.
For the first time in years, I have confidence in my safeties this year.
Yeah, because it's not what's the dude who used to be back there from Harvard? Heath?
Jeff Heath?
No.
Yeah, of course you gotta be glad he's better than Jeff Heath.
What's the guy from A&M? We still got him. The safety from A&M a few years back. We still got him, man. So like we have and the rookie what's his name? Issa Kamua.
Yeah, he
He
played
had
good
he had 2 picks in the
preseason.
preseason, and no one caught the ball on him. This dude is a beast, man.
I gotta see. I gotta see. Now you're saying these guys. I know the
Yeah.
regular roster. You know.
Malik Hooker and J. Ron Curse are
Yeah.
our starting safeties, and Israel Mukwamu and Donovan Wilson.
Okay.
Donovan Wilson. And these
Yeah,
that's tough.
we
Hey,
feel really good.
that's pretty good right there, bro.
We feel good about our safeties. Quite honestly, I'm good with Anthony Brown. I'm all right with Jordan Lewis as nickel. I'm good. I'm concerned about Trayvon giving up too many big plays. He gets picks, but he gives up big plays too. That's a concern. And I'm not depending on Kelvin Joseph and Nashawn Wright. They don't exist.
What about what's his name? Deron. What about Deron?
Deron Bland will probably get some PT.
You said you like Brown?
You muted, bro. What you say, Paula?
You said you like Brown back there?
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, he's serviceable.
All right, good. Yeah, he's solid.
Brown.
Look at the Pro Football Focus scores. Just look at how he's ranked.
Okay, I hear you.
And he had like 3-4 picks last year.
He got picks, but he didn't give up as many big plays.
He had a pick six.
That's what I'm talking about. He got beat on some big plays.
But he didn't. I'm still saying he didn't give up as many as Trayvon.
But on the big plays, he got beat. He got beat a lot in that first game against Tampa, and I think that's what stuck out a lot. Yep. But from Tampa on, he improved, bro.
Yeah,
AD wore him out.
Yeah,
Diggs, if he can cut down on turning into toast on the back end with them picks he had, he'll be a stellar corner. But but honestly, that was a thing for Diggs when he was at Bama, man. It's feast or famine with him. When he was at Bama, that was a thing.
That's what you're gonna have to learn to live with Diggs.
Yeah, because
high reward, high risk.
You remember the whole thing was, what's that corner? I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. That's up in Denver, that came from Bama, because he's the better out of him and Diggs. And they were trying to get him to come over. They were trying to draft him to come to. Well, they were thinking about, from what I heard, they were trying to get
the dude whose dad was in the league. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Then we end up getting Parsons. Yeah.
Yeah, we got Parsons instead.
Yeah.
Which I think better move. I mean, because like I said, and that's something that we talk about. Like I said, my wife and I talk about. I think the secondary is on the come up. They have been for like the last 3 years. Y'all got some thumpers back there too at safety. That was one of the things I was thinking about when y'all were talking about that. It's just again, I don't think the defense is really the issue with Dallas. It's now y'all let a couple of receivers go out the door that were in the system, that knew the system, that Dak had some rhythm with. They done walked out of the door now. So now it's like you got to get these other guys up to speed. And to a point, I think that Jay, you made this point. CeeDee Lamb is CeeDee Lamb, but CeeDee Lamb, he is, to me, he's a smaller version, or he's a little bit more shifty, and he can run those double move routes better than Dak, but he's not like a speed merchant. He's not somebody that's gonna run away from you. He can get separation, but he's got catch radius, that kind of thing. But again, you can't catch a whole bunch of balls when you got you bracketed and you got somebody over the top of you. Because who else is it gonna throw the ball to? I mean, Turpin's there, and he was a receiver, but I think that's going to be maybe the issue.
Hey, we got another comment here from Cool. Said the culture and attitude Quinn has brought on to the table. 4 turnovers in the final preseason game. Man, that names will ring bells after impact plays. Hey man, I think there's a pretty good chance Dan Quinn is the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. That's how strongly I feel about Dan Quinn.
Well, I was hoping that was going to happen last year. I really did, because I think he's ready. I think he's got the right temperament, attitude, and he's going to bring the right person in. Because let me ask you all this question: do you think Kellen Moore is?
Come on, man.
Okay,
you can stop. You can stop it right there.
Kellen Moore.
you see, I cut it off.
Yeah, do I think Kellen Moore? No. Well, what you got is
as far as Kellen Moore or what? On what?
just look like you were going to say something else.
This is what I was going to say. Yeah, I prefer Sean Payton. If you told me which coach you want, I would prefer Sean Payton. Maybe we can. Dan Quinn is going to get a head coaching job, so he's not going to be a defensive coordinator for the Cowboys too much longer. But the thing about Dan Quinn, man, he was a head coach.
Exactly.
He took his team to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And I think he learned.
They was up by like 21 points.
Was it
28-3? Right?
28-3.
Yeah, so hey man, one thing about Sean Payton, man, I feel like Sean Payton, if it wasn't for a few bad calls, he'd have 3 Super Bowls with the Saints. Sean Payton is a great head coach, bro.
Let me ask you something, since we on this subject about coaching. Let me ask you, what if the Saints win the Super Bowl this year? Would that change how you feel about Sean Payton?
It would. How, it's the same thing I think it's the reverse of Jimmy Johnson taking teams to the Super Bowl and then Barry Switzer coming in and them saying, okay, well, it was Jimmy Johnson's team that won that last Super Bowl. The flip side of that is, here it is, these awesome teams that Sean Payton's had, and so now this new coach takes the same team and goes to the Super Bowl. They're gonna say, "Oh, it wasn't the team, it was the coach," and that I think that would undermine a lot of his credibility, because everybody considers Sean Payton, a savant when it comes to offensive football. Yeah.
This is the thing about Sean Payton.
What's your thoughts on that?
Sean Payton was everything with the Saints. He bought the groceries and he cooked the meal. So it'll be a situation if the Saints happen to go on to win a Super Bowl, I would be like similar to what you just said, Paul. It'll be on some Barry Switzer, Jimmy Johnson situation. I would feel like that the majority of the fans would be like, well, that was Sean Payton's team, But the players that he got in place, Sean Payton drafted him.
But he
even the quarterback.
He couldn't win with him.
Yeah, he win with him.
That's why it's different from Jimmy and Barry, because Sean didn't win last year. Sean ain't won in like 15 years.
But Sean,
it's been a minute.
But Sean, quarterback got hurt. Before his quarterback got hurt, they was winning with Jameson. And then if you go back even before that, through those 15 years they've been winning, bro. I've never seen a team get screwed like the Saints when it comes to plays, dog. Like that pass interference, they going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
If when the play that was just a blatant
Diggs with the Vikings. Yeah, that was amazing. It was great. But here's the reason I asked that, because what happened with Mike McCarthy? He won the Super Bowl. And then ever since then, he ain't really done nothing.
Mm-mm.
And then this other coach come in and he picked the thing right up, and they right back good again. And it made me think, when Mike McCarthy was getting hired by the Cowboys, like, this is a terrible pick.
Or
this dude's a terrible coach.
The quarterback.
He only won because Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. It's like the coach that's with Green Bay now. The only reason why he's winning is because Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on, and I think that's how we could potentially look at Sean Payton if the Saints win it all this year. Is okay, you only had a good team because of Drew Brees.
I don't think the Saints gonna win it all though, Neil.
We'll do our picks later.
Yeah. But yeah, Mike McCarthy was not the right height. I think it might be a setup with Sean Payton leaving the Saints and going into the booth for a minute. If McCarthy can't get it together this year, they're gonna have a situation at the end of the year. You're gonna say, and especially if what y'all were talking about with this defense materializes with them being a top tier defense this year, and saying, okay, if Dallas has a top defense and the offense can't get it done, what do you do? Do you make Dan Quinn the head coach and he go out and get his version of Sean McCoy, or do you bring in, or do you let Dan Quinn walk out the door, and then you say, okay, Sean Payton, you up the bat, it's your turn now.
So you're asking if I had a choice out of Dan Quinn and Sean Payton, pretty much.
I think it's going to come down to that at the end of the year, one way or the other, for the Cowboys.
I want
Mike?
Sean Payton. Shout out to Mike Jones, man. Let's go Cowboys. Appreciate you joining the show, bro.
Appreciate you, Mike.
Appreciate you joining the show.
Say, man, I'm one of those guys. I believe we could have both because it comes down to money. And this will put Jerry to the test. This will put Jerry and Steven to the test. You willing to have both those guys on staff? You might be spending $20 million on coaches, on offense and defense.
Both of them not going to come.
Hey,
those are head coaches.
Anything's possible because, hey, anybody can be bought. If you tell Dan Quinn, I want you to be my D coordinator and I'm going to give you $10 million a year to do it.
Dan Quinn could have left last year.
I know, and he didn't. So that tells me he really likes to do.
That is true. That is a very valid point. With him wanting to stick in and
go ahead, Paula. My bad.
And Jerry Jones, he is the puppet master. So he's gonna work. If it's an angle he can work to get both of them there. I mean, to see Rob's point, he's gonna do it. It's just gonna come down to two things: will and egos. That's what it's gonna come down to, I think, because you got two accomplished, guys that have been head coaches that have won. Both of them are at the top of their game and they're chosen, on their side of the ball. And so it's going to come to what are we going to do? Because the situation is you usually have a top flight coordinator on one side of the ball or other, and you have another one that's up and coming. Like Mike Zimmer, he had somebody else on the. I think it wasn't Matt LaFleur up in Minnesota for a minute when he was coming up. I can't remember who it was. He had an up and coming OC that was kind of bringing new style offense, that kind of thing. But he was the established dude when it came to
head coach
there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, let's get into some picks, man. Let's get some predictions.
All right. So I'm gonna just pull up these divisions one by one, and we'll go ahead and start with the AFC East. Patriots, Jets, Bills, Dolphins. Who you like on that list?
Of course, I got the Bills, man. That's the popular pick, I think, nationwide right now. Everybody is on the Bills bandwagon. With as far as this division, the Bills, and I see the Dolphins might coming into second place. Patriots third, and I got the Jets rounding up the rear.
All right, so you got the Bills winning the division.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who you got, Paul?
I'm gonna roll with Jay on that. I was just thinking the same thing. I think the Bills are definitely gonna, jump out front, and the Dolphins are gonna surprise a lot of people. I think I think Mac Jones in this second year of running that offense is gonna put it together. Patriots are gonna have a really good defense, but and again the Jets are gonna be the Jets.
Jets, Jets.
Yeah, man. I think like pretty much 99% of the country. I'm gonna roll with the Bills. Roll with the Bills on this one. I'll never discount or count out Coach Belichick. So yeah, I see Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets, and really I think two of those teams could make the playoffs. Could.
Yeah.
Cool got the Bills winning that division.
Yep. All right. Boy, we
Mike
little
Jones is a
Rams.
homer, man. Mike Jones is
Oh,
a homer.
okay, Mike. All right.
Oh, here
Let's
we go.
let's see. Let's see.
Here we go.
All right. We got the NFC West. This was a little tough, man. This is a little tough. What you thinking?
It's a little tricky, but I got the Rams winning this still. This one to get tricky after the Rams because the Cardinals and the 49ers, I feel like the Cardinals, I want to put them there at number 2, but it's Cardinals is one of those teams that you ask yourself, can you really trust them? Can you trust the Cardinals? But as far as talent is concerned, yeah, I got them number 2. And I got San Francisco 3rd, and rounding up the rear, the Seahawks. The Seahawks on tank. They're going to tank this year. They're trying to get the first pick at a quarterback next year.
Nope. Trying to get them a Heisman Trophy winner, Polly.
Yeah.
What you thinking when you see the NFC West?
I'm going to say Rams. I'm going to go Niners. Cardinals. I think with Kyler Murray and that contract, and all the other ancillary stuff that's going on around that contract, I think there's going to be too much of a distraction there for them to really. I think they're going to have a decent season, but I think that the Rams and the 49ers are going to be out front, and then of course, just as Jamie said, I think the Seahawks are looking for a quarterback. So we're not going. I think they're going to get hulled out by the Broncos week 1.
Well, it's nice that there is some disagreements on this one, man. Hey, man, I remember what I saw last year. What I saw last year from the 49ers. I saw them come into AT&T, handle business, They bullied the Cowboys.
Bully. That's a good one.
I saw them dang near bully the Super Bowl champs. I think they had them. And hey, man, if they coach think that your boy Trey can come in there, and
that's my thing.
That's the end.
If he believe in them, then I'm gonna believe in them too, bro. And they still got Debo, so I'm going with the Niners to win the NFC West, followed by the Rams and the Cardinals.
I got a question for the panel. With the Cardinals, is their head coach on the job on the line? What's his name?
Yeah. Coach Bro. Yeah, it's Coach Bro last year.
Okay, because I think a good coach can take their team places if they have a good coach in there.
I mean, you would have thought he would be the best person to utilize Kyler Murray. I thought that, but it hadn't happened yet. And you know what? I think is D-Hop not playing? Is he like out the first half of the season?
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything either.
I'm gonna have to look that up, but I think that's the case, man. It's like, one of the panelists said with the Cowboys, there's always something. I feel that way. With the Cardinals. It's always something, man.
Yeah.
Cool got the Cardinals winning. Whoa.
That's a sleeper.
Hey, we'll find out.
The NFL, man, anything can happen.
That is
All
true.
right, moving on. This is another good one. Man. Yeah. NFC South. What's your thoughts, Fitz?
Yeah, this is gonna be a little tough one. I got the Panthers, dog, winning this.
Woo.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Hey, man.
I was not expecting that.
Hey, I feel like
you believe in him?
I do. I feel like anybody that goes to Cleveland is set up. Quarterbacks that go to Cleveland to die. I think maybe getting him out of Cleveland and putting him in an organization with they have a great coach. The Cardinals got a good coach. I mean, the Panthers has a good coach. And they have weapons.
Yeah.
He has arguably the best running back in the league. They have weapons. So if what's my guy name? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name, the quarterback.
Mayfield. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. If Mayfield can get it together.
You know why you can't remember his name, because he went to OU.
Exactly. Who cares? But if Mayfield can get it together, I feel like they can win that division. Number 2, put it back up again. See, Rob?
Yeah.
Number 2, I'm going with the Bucks. The thing about the Bucks, man, is what's up with Brady, bro? I don't feel like Brady really wants to play football. I think the Cowboys playing the Bucks the first game of the season is a blessing in disguise. I think they got them with somewhat licking their wounds. I think the offensive line is banged up. Tom Brady left. He hasn't even been in training camp really. How many days he been out for? Like 10.
He was out
games.
For he's back now.
He's back now, but
he missed like 11, 12 days of training camp. They from what they say, there's trouble in Camelot because his wife don't want him to play no more, and this, that, and the third. So, it's a whole thing. Yeah.
And then I have the Saints. Then I got the Falcons. Hold up. We got some news. It's Louis Gaines say Pop is out for PED. Is that true?
Yeah, he's out 6 games. Okay. That's what I was saying. I think he's out for 6 games, man.
Okay.
That's not going to help Kyler at all.
At all. Like I said, like you said earlier, it's always something with the Cardinals. It's something.
Always something.
It's something.
Oh, rolling with famous James.
Famous.
Right, cool.
And on that note, I'm going to go. It's hard to go against the GOAT. He's distracted, but he's still the GOAT. So I would have to say Bucks. I think famous Jameis is going to throw for 37 touchdowns and 20 picks this year. So that's going to be enough to have them running right behind the Bucks, because I think the Saints, they're going to have all their receivers back this year. So I think they're going to be right up on the Bucks' heels. And then you're going to have the Panthers. Baker Mayfield, I think he's going to do better in this new system. But again, it's his first year with Matt Rule and that system, even with the weapons. And then, of course, you got the Falcons and what's his name from Indianapolis went down there as quarterback, right?
Oh shoot!
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. Oh no, Matt Ryan went to.
Matt Ryan left.
Yeah, he went to Indianapolis, and who's down there? Who's down there in
Atlanta?
Yeah,
is it?
I
don't know.
They like nobody really talked about Atlanta.
It's not Mariota. Is it Mariota?
Help us out, chat. Who's the
starting quarterback for the Falcons? Yeah, I think is it Mariota?
It might. Yeah, I think it might be Mariota.
Hey, can you look that up?
Because I was gonna say Marcus Tuiasosopo. So yeah, Marcus Mariota. Yeah,
I got my research team looking it up right now.
But I want to chime in on this because
Louis picking Tampa.
Hey, thank you, Louis. Hey man, this team, the New Orleans Saints. You know what happened every time they played Tampa last year?
They lost.
They beat them every time.
Yep.
Say, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I think I'm gonna make your boy. I think I'm gonna make your boy a little happy.
Dolph 17. Shout out to Dolph.
Yeah, Dolph 17, man. I'm going with the Saints to win the NFC South, man.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go with the Saints, and Buccaneers is 2, Panthers 3, and Falcons 4. I think I can see 2 teams out of this division making the playoffs, because I don't doubt the GOAT either. I think he can win 11 games and make it to the playoffs. So that tells you what I think about the Saints.
Is that and
I
that's why I say that it's gonna come down to the Bucks and the Saints, because I think that Jameis is ready to throw for 30, almost 40 touchdowns. But again, he's gonna throw 20 picks, but it's gonna be enough to beat a bunch of teams. And then, just as you said before, some kind of way, I don't care whether it's in Raymond James Stadium or in the Dome, that the Saints always find a way to beat them. So they're gonna have the head-to-head matchups, and it's just gonna be a matter of figuring out, the rest of the season, and can they win enough games. So it's gonna be nip and tuck all the way with those two teams. That's why it's a struggle for me to put one over the other, but just the Tom Brady factor makes me say Bucks first, Saints second.
Hey,
what
just to
makes me
recap,
put,
let's recap the show real
ahead.
quick. You're tuned in to the Hit Zone. I'm your boy Jay Hits, my co-host C Rob. We're discussing NFL football. We're going through our predictions with Paulie. If you're in the chat, we put the link in the description if you want to join the show and come on. Shout out to the Watchdog 32, just joined the show. Appreciate the view, my guy. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe button. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Keep going.
Yes, sir. And I want to say, while it's on my mind, the reason I'm going with the Saints, one is it's the head-to-head. They just find a way to match up with Tampa. It don't matter how good or bad the Saints are or Tampa is. But the thing is, man, I clown Jameis all the time. I do. But, Dolph has helped talk me into they don't need him to do as much. They don't need him to take as much risk. Because, yes, Watchdog 32, the Saints defense is legit.
Legit.
Like, yeah, I think that's the top 10, maybe top 5 defense. And yeah, Jameis have to, if Jameis could mess around and throw for 32 touchdowns and 14 interceptions, because he don't have to do as much.
Right.
Hollywood Brown didn't really help his quarterback that he left.
No, he said he's going to help B-Hop to lose.
All right. Well, moving right along.
It's a big one, man.
AFC North.
It's tough.
That's one of my favorite divisions, man. I love watching these teams play. What's your thoughts, His?
I have the history tells us that the team that loses the Super Bowl comes back the following year and barely makes the playoffs. Sometimes doesn't even make the playoffs because they have somewhat of that Super Bowl hangover, right? And you made a good point, C. Rob. You said especially the Bengals, because the Bengals are satisfied, dude, just getting there. They haven't had that type of success in a long time. So I'm sure those dudes, like you say, they're getting pats on their back, they getting drinks bought, they getting cheers in the streets. So I'm sure they're reading their newspaper clippings. So with that being said, I got the Ravens winning the division, followed by the Bengals, Steelers, Browns.
What you got, Paulie?
I didn't put you last, Paulie. I said, hey, man, third place. It's third, bro. You get a medal, bro. You get a medal. You get done.
I'm being pragmatic when I say this, man. I love my Steelers. I love them to life, man. But I'm gonna say, just as you said before, I think the Bengals are gonna be a little flat this year because, just as you said, really good point. They had a lot of success, the most success since they went to the Super Bowl, years ago, since Icky Shuffle and all of that. So I think they're going to come out a little flat this year. I think that that Lamar Jackson's got a chip on his shoulder this year. He's going to play for that money this year. He's going to do his thing this year. And I think that with Pittsburgh again, they're on that Ben hangover this year, and so it's going to take again, you got all new quarterbacks coming into a new system. they're gonna find a way. Mike always find. Omar Epps always find a way to have a winning season. So they're gonna have a winning season, but again, they're gonna be behind. I think it's gonna be definitely the Ravens. I'm thinking it's gonna be close with my Steelers and the Bengals because I think that the Bengals may wake up about halfway through the season and go on a tear, and the Steelers may be still, they're gonna go 500. I think they're not gonna go 500. I think they're gonna go, 9-8.
I knew this was gonna stump
So,
Paul.
who's your pick?
What's your pick?
Who's your pick, Paulie?
I'm saying Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Browns.
That's same as me.
Yeah, same as Jamie.
Okay, I thought I was gonna say something wrong.
I just had to get it in there because I love my Steelers, but I think it's gonna be tough sledding this year for them with the two new quarterbacks in the quarterback room.
Cool got the Ravens. Lou got the Ravens winning the division.
Yeah, because Lamar's gonna be a beast this year. If Lamar does not get hurt this year, I think I'm putting him in. I'm writing him in right now for MVP.
Well, that's what scares me. The Ravens are my pick too. What scares me though is with the way Lamar plays, injury.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if he's healthy, hey, you already know we're gonna put on the show. So I do see the Super Bowl hangover. I think that hangover is still get them 9 to 10 wins because they're a good team.
Right.
And the Steelers and the Browns, I feel like they're gonna battle it out depending on how much the Browns can hang on while they're waiting on their quarterback. I mean, it's 11 games, but if they can hover close to 500, or a couple of games below, like they'll be able to compete with third place with the Steelers.
But remember, just as the Steelers, every quarterback in their quarterback room is new. That includes Deshaun Watson when he comes back. So you're talking about an entirely new quarterback room where they're going to be learning the system. And it's the Browns. It's the Browns. So who said it earlier?
The arrogance of Steelers.
Where quarterbacks go to die. So it's the Browns, bro. So like I said, man, Omar Epps is gonna have a winning season this year. Mike Tomlin's gonna have a winning season this year, and that's what's gonna keep the Browns at number 4. Now, if you had told me that coming into this that Deshaun Watson's gonna have a full season, he's not gonna do any games, that would be a different situation because I think Deshaun Watson is one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league when he does play. So, but because he has to serve 6-game suspension, and then you're talking about back and trying to get him acclimated. There's 2 weeks there after he comes back after week 6. He's still got 2 more weeks where he's still going to be getting his feet up under him, and so that's what's going to, I think, keep the Browns.
Sometimes you just got to trust the talent. You don't have to. You don't have to like the player. I don't like him. I don't think I would like him as a person for some of the crap he's done, but definitely respect the talent in the game.
Oh, no doubt.
And like I said, I'm not picking them. I'm not picking them to win the division. I'm picking them to be in third, maybe be in third place. I don't know, but
yeah, this is a scrap for Cleveland. And next year.
Oh yeah.
Cleveland gonna be scary. Mari Cooper, Deshaun Watson, offseason, their running backs, their defense, they're gonna be a formidable opponent. But this year, man, I mean, Watson, you can't expect him to come back and he's been out the league for 2 years, man. You can't expect him to just come back and be the same to Deshaun Watson we saw when he was in Houston. Nah, I don't see that.
Third or fourth in their division, bro.
Yeah.
The Ravens depend on the running game. It has to be on. But say Lamar can throw that thing. They just got to let him do it. I kind of think they might be holding him back so they don't have to give him the type of money he wants.
But who is he throwing it to? Devin
That's
Duvernay
the
is their
problem,
number one receiver, bro.
bro.
Like they got to get this dude a weapon.
Yep. It's not fair what they're doing. What they're doing to him is, hey, if he get that MVP again this year, he earned it.
Yeah.
And
Just like last time, because he don't have no receiver.
he gonna get them 230 M's because that's what he wants.
And we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
10 and 11 for who? For the Browns.
Watchdog, is that 10-11 for the Browns to win? Games winning or who? 10 or 11? I know that's
10.
not for Cleveland.
Hey.
10.
He come back when they play. Yeah. He talking about the Browns.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oof.
we'll
I
see.
don't see that.
But hey, we mentioned quarterbacks. I think this AFC West might be the best quarterback division in football.
Yes. All day. And it's probably going to be one of the hardest now because you got a person who's been in the system in Derek Carr and the Raiders who is a better than average quarterback that now has arguably the best receiver in the league there. You got Patrick Mahomes who is Patrick Mahomes, minus Tariq Hill, but he's still Patrick Mahomes. Then you got that boy in LA, Justin Herbert.
Yep.
Oh my God. He's got a full complement. He's got two tight ends, 3 receivers, and a running back that's on point, and they got a nice defense. And then now you put Russell Wilson out there in the Broncos, and the dude, like him or hate him, think he lame or whatever, the dude's a winner. And so now, they got a really, really good defense. And they got a decent running game. And so this is probably to me the hardest division to pull somebody out of and say who's going to end up where.
What's your thoughts, Hits?
Well, when I look at this division, I like Denver, bro. Denver was one of those teams that they was a quarterback away. They had a good defense. They got good weapons. They got a good running game. They just need a quarterback. If you remember when they came in to Cowboy Stadium, when they whooped us all over the field, bro, it was like they dominated us. Like we haven't been dominated like that since I can't tell you when. So I feel like Denver was a quarterback away. I got them winning this division, Denver. It's one of those things with the Raiders. They got Devontae Adams coming in. It's one of those things where you say, does the receiver make the quarterback, or does the quarterback make the receiver? Because Devontae Adams had the best quarterback throwing him the ball in Aaron Rodgers. Now he's going to the Raiders. Can he make Carr a better receiver? Because I don't think Carr can make him. Does he make Carr a better quarterback? Because I don't think Carr can make him a better receiver, better than what than Aaron Rodgers made him. So, with that being said, I have my number 2 pick is going to be. I got the Raiders at 2.
Broncos and Raiders.
Raiders. And then I have
Kansas
City 3, the Chargers. With the Chargers, man, yeah, I like the quarterback Justin Herbert, but man, get your team to the playoffs first. Before I pick you to be a winner in that division, you have to get your team to the playoffs. Potential, all it does is get coaches fired. So let's just see you make a playoff run, and then next year maybe I'll pick you to win division. I'll pick you higher than the bottom. But right now, you're bringing up the rear, bro.
We talked about that. We talked about that before the show, and I agree with you about Justin Herbert. The only thing I can say about Justin Herbert is, I said we kind of, Joe Burrow. Nobody had the Bengals rated high last year at all. Joe Burrow did his thing. Maybe this guy can do his thing, but like you, I cannot pick them to win this division. I can't do it until you do it. I like the Broncos. I really like Russ. Like let Russ cook. Russ got his money, so he can be out. He can have reckless abandon. He can put it all on the line because he got his money. He's secure. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
At 2?
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs at 1, baby. The Chiefs. I am picking them to win this division because Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes,
Who's he throwing the ball to?
and I'm of the belief that it don't matter. I'm of that belief. I think he's that damn good. So I'm gonna go with Pat, and then Denver, and then Las Vegas. And I'll go ahead and jump the gun a little bit. I think all three of those teams make the playoffs.
Wow.
I think that division is that good.
Wow. I love the way y'all did that, but I guess just as you said earlier, we can't agree on everything. I because of what Joe Burrow did last year, I'm thinking that this is the year that Justin Herbert and the Chargers take a step, and I got them coming out, the Broncos second, the Chiefs third, and then the Raiders. Because I think Justin Herbert, because we keep talking about Josh Allen out in Buffalo. Yeah, he's got arguably one of the best receivers in the league with Stephon Diggs. I think that when you put that whole receiving core together out in LA, I mean Justin Herbert, he was a couple passes away from making some magic happen this year too. And I think these young quarterbacks, I think out of all of them, I think Justin Herbert's going to take a step this year, and he's going to put himself in that echelon where we put Joe Burrow for last year, and of course where Josh Allen is. And I think he's going to do what Jamie said. I think he's going to handle that business this year. He's going to handle that business. So I got the Chargers. I got the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Broncos, then the Raiders. Because I still, as much as I like Russ,
You got the Raiders last? Okay. You got the Raiders come last? Okay.
Yeah, because I don't trust. I trust Russ more than I trust Derek Carr, and that's about where I'm leaving it.
That's fair.
Cool say he's going to cook. He said Russ is going to cook in the Rockies, Broncos, but this division, it's most brutal. All teams equally matched.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good, cool.
Yeah, all them defenses every game, they better be ready.
I'm telling you, that's murderer's row, man. That's murderer's row. Anybody that's got to play those teams that have to play those teams, it's murderer's row, man. Because it's almost a toss up between I'll say this: there's not much room between all of those teams from a defensive and offensive standpoint because weaknesses and strengths with those teams cancel each other out a lot.
Sure, the Cowboys had to go through that division last year, and they kicked our butts. So
right, because we were at the game. I mean, my wife knows she's really good friends with one of the guys that's on staff for the Denver Broncos, so we got tickets, and he didn't even come down for the game because he said, man, well, I'm not gonna come to that game because y'all just gonna run up and down the field on us. And I mean, we had some really good seats. We had some really to watch.
the Cowboys never beat the Broncos, bro. If you go back in history, I can't tell you when the last time we beat the Broncos. That's something the Broncos have had.
It might have been 92.
Right now. Yeah, they've had
it might have been like 91, 92.
Yeah, exactly.
It might be there.
They've had a number for a long time.
But hey, moving.
The Watchdog got the Raiders.
There's no bad picks in that division. Nobody can look at you and be like, "Oh, I can't believe you picked them." No, they're even. Here we go. AFC South.
Woo.
Colts, Texans, Jaguars, Titans. I can tell you two teams that ain't gonna win it. Now the other two, we'll see.
Yeah, the Texans and Jaguars.
Yeah. We don't even need to mention that.
Yeah, I think Matt Ryan is gonna give a spark to that Colts offense. Just, I mean, him being Matty Ice and just him bringing just such, experience to that whole organization as a quarterback. I think he's going to get a lift. He's used to playing in the stadiums. That's where he wants to play. I think, and being in that division is going to be a boost to him because he's not going to get beat up like he did in that NFC with that NFC division. So for me, it's going to be Can you pull him back up, C. Rob?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm thinking King Henry and them Titans. They still going. That's still their division. The Colts too. The Texans. I think the Jaguars take a step this year, so I'm putting them at 3, and then the Texans 4. But it is what it is.
All right, going with King Henry and the Titans. How about you, Hits?
Well, we're looking at this division, man. Like you say, it's a 2-team race out of the Titans and the Colts, and with those 2 teams, I always look at the quarterback. I look at the quarterbacks. Who had a better quarterback? I feel like the Colts had a better quarterback, bro. And so, with that being said, I got the Colts coming out. I got the Colts. They got probably the best running back in the league. You know what I'm saying? So. Yep. I have the Colts, then I have Tennessee, and then I got Houston and the Jags. Now, let me take that back. I got the Jags, then Houston. I feel like the Jags
don't take a step this year.
Yeah. I feel the guy got talent, man. I think it was Urban Meyer was a lot. It was his problem. We seen the talent that the dude got. He has arm talent. He can throw the rock. He just need to get a better coach in there. So I think they'll beat. I think the Texans gonna be last in the division.
Yeah, man. Looking at this division, I think when you look at the Texans and the Jaguars, I think one of them may have 4 wins, another may have 6. Right. I can't tell you which way that's gonna go. But I agree with your logic on the Colts. So for that reason, yeah, I'll go with Colts and then Titans. I think that just seemed like common sense, right?
Pretty much.
Man, I don't know. That logic is so sound when you talk about who's got the better quarterback, and then like you said, arguably with the Colts having the best running back in the league. However, King Henry is a difference maker. However,
what do you say? What do you say, C-Rod?
I say, yeah, he's no slouch.
Oh yeah.
So that's the thing. King Henry, he is a difference maker on so many different levels. Yeah, you got a running back up at the Colts that if he gets the edge, he's out of there.
Yeah, Taylor Beast, bro.
He is out of there. But Derrick Henry is, a 6'5", 260-pound running back that he don't need a crease. But if he gets the edge, he's gone.
Coming off an injury.
In the face when he turned in the corner. And that's a difference maker where, they got Tannehill. But look how far they've made these runs over the last, 2 or 3 years since Henry's been the focal point of the offense, even with Tannehill. So I think that they're gonna figure out a way to come out of this division, even with Matt Ryan and and him and that running back, up in Indianapolis. Because I think that at some point, the bow's gonna break, even with that defense that they got up there. I think that their defense is not as strong on the back end as it is up front with the linebackers in Indianapolis.
I think you're sound in what you're saying. I just feel like the Titans have really wasted Derrick Henry's career. They've wasted his career.
Got a lot of miles on him.
By thinking Tannehill was a good enough quarterback to win a Super Bowl. They should have. We knew that when he started playing. Okay, yeah, he's not the guy. He's just the guy that gets you to the guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And they've taken too much time to try to find that out. I don't know. I don't know if Malik's the guy or not. I don't know. All I saw him do in the preseason was run.
I like Malik though. I like
I
him.
Oh, he's
do.
a heck of an athlete. But you want to get to the Super Bowl, you can't just be a one-dimensional quarterback. You can't be afraid to make that throw. You got to throw it in the tight coverage. And I don't know if he's ready for that yet.
Mhm.
But hey, that's just me. Well, what do I know? On to the NFC. Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions. Do the Lions make a jump this year? Jay Hits.
Pull it back up for me, brother. Hey, coming out of this division, I got the Vikings. So y'all probably like, I know. I heard them. I knew the Hooms was coming. But yeah, I got the Vikings, man, sure, because I feel like the Vikings team is a talented team. They got a great running back. They got a great receiver. Quarterback is decent, defense decent. I don't see no reason why they can't be the winner coming out of this division. I got Green Bay. They still got Aaron Rodgers. When you have him as your quarterback, you always have a chance to win. But he doesn't have any receivers, bro. Aaron Rodgers don't have no one to throw the ball. I dare someone. Could y'all name a receiver? Who's a receiver playing for the Green Bay Packers right now?
Ross.
And a lot of that is Aaron Rodgers' own fault because he wanted a max. He wanted to take. He didn't do the Tom Brady route. He didn't say, "Hey, man, I done made my money over the years. I want to win now. I take less money, give that money to Devontae Adams to keep him here, and add a few more players, and let's go make a run." Aaron Rodgers didn't do that. Aaron Rodgers said, "Nah, pay me what I'm worth." And okay, they said, "Okay, cool." And now you finna you still got a good running back with Jones, but as far as who you throwing the ball to, bro, your guess is good as mine. So I got them at 2 and 3. I got the Lions, dog. Lions 3. I love their coach, man. I love Campbell, man. He's fiery. I think his team responds to him too, and I feel like they're going to make that leap. I don't see them contending for a playoff spot, but I see them maybe being, a 500 team, hovering around 500, and bringing up the rear. The Bears, man. I feel the Bears has nothing. I don't even know the Bears even know the direction they want to go. I'm not sure if the team that drafted the quarterback that they have changed regimes, and this regime doesn't like that quarterback. So it's one of those things, man. The Bears might find themselves in the cellar for a while. So yeah. Long story short, I got the Vikings win.
All right, got you down. Hey man, this seems so easy to me, but I do think the Lions do make a jump this year. I do. I like the fighting Dan Campbells, man. They all right with me. But I'm gonna go with the Packers. I like Paulie said earlier, you can't go against Tom Brady. I can't go against Aaron Rodgers to win this division. But I'll go with Packers, followed by the Vikings, followed by the Lions and the Bears. Y'all said Cleveland is where quarterbacks go to die. I think it's Chicago. I think Justin Fields is a talented quarterback, but I just think he's on the wrong team. What's your thoughts, Paulie?
In the words of Stephen A. Smith, "Mama, there's that man."
First of all, Polly, we have to say this. We do not quote Stephen A. Smith on the Hit Zone. I know we didn't discuss that to you with that,
All right.
starting off the show, but we don't discuss that either.
Yeah,
but keep going.
I think that you can't go against Aaron Rodgers. I think just as you said, I could name another one of the receivers on their squad, but I can tell you I've watched Green Bay's games, and I've watched those other receivers go for 100 plus yards, but that was because they had Devontae Adams on the other side. So I think he had some capable receivers. I think they're gonna figure out a way for Aaron Rodgers to operate that offense like business as usual. So I do. I got the Packers 1. I got the Vikings number 2. And I think that Justin Fields, that defense, they got a decent defense. I think that they're gonna make a step this year to still keep the Lions in the cellar in this division. So I got the way it is on the screen is the way I got it.
Like Cool got Vikings and like Lou got Green Bay.
Man, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's that guy.
He is that guy.
But now, moment we've been waiting for, Jay Hits. The NFC East. You seem like you've been real big on the Cowboys, my guy. So, what do you got? Is it the Cowboys? Is it the Eagles? Giants football team? Who is it?
The national media is real high on the Philadelphia Eagles, right? We understand that. That everybody's picking the Eagles to win the NFC East. The thing about the Eagles, man, for the past since Dak been in the league, every year they go out and they get the big fish, the high dollar free agents to try to stop the Cowboys. And I think Dak is like only lost to the Philadelphia Eagles like once his whole career. So when I look at this division, this is what I do. Who has the better quarterback? And when I look at this division, the Cowboys still have the better quarterback. So I have the Cowboys at number 1. Number 2, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 3 is the 3A. No, 4A is the New York Giants, and 4B is the Washingtons.
The Washington.
Yes, sir. The Washington Presidents.
The Washington Commodores.
Oh man.
Mike Jones coming through with the Cowboys.
All the way. Cowboys.
Ooh, Cowboys. Paulie got what you got, Paulie?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I want to go and sleep peacefully tonight.
No. We don't play that. We know haters on the hit zone. We're not haters, bro.
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about my wife is a diehard Cowboy fan.
Okay, yeah.
And she's sitting right here next to me for this last hour and been patient with me. So I mean, but honestly, when it comes to what you just said, James, Dak by far, I think, is the best quarterback in this division. And because I am a homer when it comes to Alabama, I'm gonna say that Jalen Hurts takes another step this year. So I got Cowboys 1, I got Philly 2. It's gonna be close, very, very close. I think they're gonna split this year, the series this year. Then because of a conversation we were having earlier tonight with your boy from what's his name? Carson Wentz. Yeah, Carson Wentz. I'm gonna put the Commanders at number 3 and the bumbling idiot for quarterback in New York. You know, that's gonna make them number 4. So 1 Cowboys, 2 Philly, 3 Washington, 4 New York.
Okay.
Luke brought up a point, man. There hasn't been a repeat division conference winner since when? Like the 90s?
Yeah.
It's been a long time, bro.
It's been
it's been a long time. So yeah, hopefully we can break that streak this year. I think we are though. I
really
think we are.
I think Dallas is got it this year.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy. Exactly. Stay healthy. The best ability that you can have in football is what? Availability.
That's what my man C. Rob always say.
all the time. I gotta say, man, all off season, I've stated I am fully prepared to be disappointed by the Dallas Cowboys this year.
You sound like
I
my wife.
I'm fully prepared for it. When Tyron got hurt, bro. We did a show that night. And we were talking about the NFL top 100, and I think he was like 93 or 94. And I said, hey man, if he stays healthy, he can move up. But I don't think he's gonna stay healthy. And that night, he messed up his knee. So it was referred to as the hit zone jinx. I don't believe that is a thing, but hey, we'll see. I don't buy the national pundits saying the Eagles are that team yet, because I don't believe in their quarterback. So I think the Cowboys will win this division at 10-7, and the Eagles will win 9 games. That's my prediction. It ain't that I'm so sold on the Cowboys. It's that I'm so sold on this division is still trash. And I'm still disappointed that the Cowboys haven't taken full advantage of it. We've been clearly the best team probably the last 5 years, but nothing to show for it. And you can blame injuries, you can blame whatever, but it's how it always seems to work out.
I think you're right, Lou. I think McNabb was the last one to repeat.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's about right.
But now we've picked all our division winners. We all picked the Cowboys, right?
One more thing left to pick. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, man. We could talk about who makes the playoffs, but it all comes down to what 2 teams are going to be playing in the last game of the year. So our guest, Polly, we're gonna let you do the honors. Who do you think is going to the Super Bowl, and tell us who wins?
OMG.
Don't say the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Man, come on now. I when it comes to NFL, I'm not a homer like that.
Okay.
AFC, I think the Bills take that step. And the NFC, wow. I mean, going back to something that we talked about earlier this evening, it's hard for me. It's a toss-up, really, because I think that there are 2 teams. I think that Buffalo can beat on any given day. They can beat any of those teams that we talked about that are in that NFC division with the Chargers. And so I'm gonna say Buffalo, and I'm gonna go Saints.
Wow, the Saints and the Bills. Who you think wins that game?
That was easy.
Saints Bills Super Bowl. Who's your Super Bowl champ, Polly? Come on, man. Who you got? It's no pressure.
I'm gonna go famous Jameis. How about that? I'm gonna buck the trend. Go famous Jameis.
Polly picking the Saints to win the Super Bowl. Can you believe that, Jay Hicks?
Say the one thing about this, hey, this is the internet. You do understand this internet. Things that you put on here never goes away.
Hey man. I've been wrong about a lot of stuff in my life, but I'm still here.
There you go.
All right, man. It's all good, Paulie. We just gonna put money on everything that you said. I got it written down here.
Hey,
That's our bookie, Paulie.
Fly to Vegas tonight. You better fly to Vegas.
Let's go. Put the house on the Saints. You got Jay Hicks.
Well, I hate agreeing with the national media, but it do look like the Bills are poised to go to the Super Bowl. So I have the Bills. The thing about the NFC though, and the AFC is not really clear cut because I think the best teams are in the AFC. I feel like the NFC is more wide open. I feel like the NFC is kind of like somewhat top heavy. There's only a couple few teams in the NFC that you like, hey man, these teams are dominant teams. They're guaranteed to make the playoffs and go on a run. It's only maybe one or two teams that you can say that. So with that being said, the Cowboys, baby, I feel like the Cowboys this year have just as much chance of going to the Super Bowl as any team you can name in NFC. Name one. You gonna go with Tampa? Hey, okay, San Francisco. Hey, if my memory calls me right, we played them all the way down to the end. Oh, you with the Rams? Oh, really? Oh, hey man, we could play with the Rams, bro. There's nothing about the Rams that scare me. So the Saints, come on, bro. My picks are Bills, Cowboys. I'm going back to the 90s, 1992. I even got a score prediction for you.
Oh, okay. Here we go. It's this prediction. This is big, folks. This is big.
My score prediction. Like I say, we taking it back to the 90s, baby. Bills, Cowboys. 52-17.
Oh,
Write
man,
it down. Mark it.
That's
Hey.
a million.
Hey, see Rob, go get Daddy's drink. Go. He can't. He's done. He's done. He's done.
Hey, Paulie, I bet you don't know where I got that score from, though.
Where you get it from?
Only a real Cowboy fan understands it. Ask your wife. I know she knows. That was the score in our first Super Bowl run, first victory in the Super Bowl run era with Jimmy Johnson against the Buffalo Bills. It's funny how history repeats itself.
Well, this ain't the team of wide right.
Hey, don't let me give my internal Michael Irvin in this conversation.
This ain't the Jim.
I can
Kelly.
put Michael Irvin in this conversation if you want me to.
This ain't the Jim Kelly Bills. This is a whole new situation. And them boys up in Buffalo, I don't know, because then you gonna have. Hold on, and that would be a good matchup if only for I would love that just to see this. Stephon Diggs against Trayvon Diggs. Woo! I would
say, can you see the media with that game though? It's a throwback game. You got the brothers. Oh yeah, bro. They would be going crazy with that matchup.
You know what's gonna happen though? Stephon Diggs gonna torch him all night. I don't think.
Yeah, in that matchup, I would see.
Trayvon can't do.
I would see Trayvon being like, "Hey, coach, y'all need to put Brown over here because my brother ain't gonna embarrass me in front of my mom."
That part right there. That part.
They're gonna double move him to death. And hey, part of the reason why I don't expect the Cowboys to be in that game.
Yeah, he don't want his son saying, "Daddy, how you let Uncle Stephon?"
Yeah, man, you'll never be able to live that down. It could happen in a regular season game, no big deal. It happens in the Super Bowl,
right.
Just remember forever. I love the Cowboys, love them. Other teams in the conference that well, first let me talk about the AFC. I love the Bills. The Bills were my pick last year, and they let me down. It was a great game between the Bills and the Chiefs, all time. But I'm going with the Chiefs, man. I'm going with the Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs, Niners. Y'all run it back. San Francisco, Kansas City. I think the San Francisco 49ers have the best coach in the NFL. I think he's the best offensive mind. He's the best offensive mind, in my opinion. And I wish he was our coach.
Shanny Hanny.
Because I think he'd be able to figure out how to use Zeke and Tony Pollard at the same time.
Definitely.
And really, Dak would probably be his ideal quarterback. But yeah, I like Kyle Shanahan. I like the Niners. It took a lot to think about that. I thought about the Saints. I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints play the 49ers in the championship game. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
And who you got winning now? You said you got 49ers and
The Chiefs.
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 It's gonna be an all red Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bloody Super Bowl.
That's gonna be a good one. That'll be a barn burner. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be
Chiefs
as
in a
interesting in your
close.
pick. It wouldn't be as interesting in your pick, Jay, but it'll be a good one.
No doubt. No doubt. Well, Paulie, man, hey, we appreciate you coming on to the show, man. It was fun. Come back anytime, man. We love your insight. You're very insightful when it comes to football and sports. So, man, we'll love you to join us at any time, brother.
Man, I really appreciate y'all brothers again. I love your platform. I love how you break sports down and allow it. You know, it's almost like sitting in the barbershop getting a fade talking to y'all brothers. So,
We two homeboys talking sports.
absolutely, and I love it. I love it. So I appreciate the opportunity, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Be blessed, and we'll talk to y'all soon, man.
Hey,
No doubt.
hey,
I
Paulie,
appreciate
Paulie, hook
Roll Tide.
'em.
Hey, Jamie, what I need you to do is put me, you, C. Rob on a text chat. So
I got
at 11 o'clock while I'm eating my bacon and eggs, watching this game, I can make sure we on point and we communicate during that game. I don't want nobody to get quiet.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Go both
Y'all
ways.
brothers, huh?
It goes both ways.
Oh no doubt. Oh no doubt. Oh no doubt.
No
I
doubt,
don't get
no doubt.
quiet.
All right.
Quiet.
All
I
right.
don't,
Right.
either way. Because all I'm gonna do is congratulate you if it would have happened that way. But
All right. Wait, man. We'll see it again. Hey, man. Thanks for joining us. And hey, come back anytime.
Give
all
my
right, man.
best to the wife, man. Best to the wife.
Absolutely. Talk to you soon. Same here. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, man. Always fun. If you didn't know, Paulie is a big time Alabama fan. And
Matter of fact, check the show.
Yeah, check out yesterday's
Yesterday's
show. He came on. We were heavy on Longhorns and Bama and the NCAA football talk. But now, man, we can go a little more in depth before we close this out. Just a little more in depth on how you think the Cowboys season is going to go. We talked all NFL. Hey, if you weren't part of that, and you want to ask us or chime in on your thoughts on how the season's going to go, by all means, let us know. But in the meantime, we do have a game to talk about and a season to talk about for the Cowboys. Of course, America's team is playing on Sunday night to start the season off. What's your thoughts, Is?
Like I think I said it earlier in the show with this game, man. I love the Cowboys playing Tampa Bay the first game of the season because we kind of like get them at the right time. I feel like Tampa Bay is going to be that team that later on in the season they're going to get better as time goes by and they get to jail. They get some guys back. I think the offensive line is kind of banged up, and our defensive line is one of our strengths on our team. So yeah, if the Cowboys or who we think they are, or if they're the team that we hope them to be, they got to get this game at home, bro. We got to beat Tampa Bay at home. No ifs, ands, buts about it. At the same time, though, it is the first game of the season, so if we do happen to lose, it's not the end of the world. But we got those Bengals coming in the next week up there, so we really need to get this game. I don't think Cowboy fans have the stomach to go 0-2. So we need to get this.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. We'll talk about our record that we have for the Cowboys, but I'll let you know I have this down as a win. This is you don't want to call the first game of the season a must win, but if you want to get the season off on the right start with a home game, you go ahead and beat the Buccaneers. I don't know what's going on with Tom. I trust that he's going to show up and do his job. My question is about their offensive line. Their offensive line might be worse off than ours.
They are.
And hey, that's advantage us. So their offensive line, will they be able to hold up with the pressure we think the Cowboys are going to bring, man? I think we both really excited about the Cowboys defense. You know, my concerns about the Cowboys is on the offensive side. So this game, I don't think it's going to take a lot of points to win. So I see it going something like 20-14, 20-13, something like that. What's your score prediction?
Yeah, I kind of feel like Tampa Bay has a great defense too. They have a good defense, and I think the Cowboys have a good defense. So yeah, I can see it being somewhat of a low scoring game. My score prediction is Cowboys 23 and the Tampa Bay 17.
Okay, not too far off. You know, 7 point win. And hoping that it's the Cowboys this time holding the ball at the end of the game. Hopefully, doing a 4-minute drill and just running out the clock.
Now, now, keep in mind, we all thought it was going to be a defensive struggle last year. It ended up being a shootout. So, we'll see.
Yeah. Indeed, the Cowboys, I think, turned Tampa over like 2 or 3 times in that game and still somehow lost.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, if that happens this time, we actually bring it home.
Yeah, our defense is better. We know who Michael Parsons is now.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be all over the field.
Yeah.
So, what's your prediction on Cowboys record this year?
Man, I got us winning 12 games again, bro. Coming out NFC East.
Okay, let me write that down. So you got them going 12-5?
12-5, 11-6, somewhere around there. I see us double digits.
Okay. So Jay Hitz has Cowboys going 12-5, going on to win the Super Bowl against the Bills.
You damn right.
I have the Cowboys going 10-7, going on to lose in the first round to the Philadelphia Eagles or the Saints. You talked about that about a month ago. What's most likely to happen? Oh, I still believe that, bro. Please check out our top 10 things most likely to happen this Cowboys season. Please check out that show. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely check that out. We both got the Cowboys winning this weak division. You don't get love for winning this division unless you ride it all the way through the playoffs. So hey, we'll see how that goes. We do have a game tomorrow night. Well, not the Cowboys, but there is an NFL game tomorrow night. We might not predict all the games, but looking forward to this matchup.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It's a great matchup, man. Like I say, the national media has the Bills, man. And they play in LA, right?
Yep.
I think the spread, they have the Bills by 2, So it's like they picking them to win. And I don't know. I did you see the interview with what's the Rams cornerback?
Jalen
Ramsey. Yeah, Ramsey. He was kind of. It's like he had a chip on his shoulder because it was like everybody was talking about the Bills and they just won the Super Bowl, and so I don't know. The Rams might take that as a little disrespect, and they might go out and let the Bills know, hey man, we still the top dog in this league. So it could be that one of those cases, man. But smart money is on the Bills, bro. I think the Bills might get them this Thursday night.
Yeah, man. The Rams getting their banner hung up. It's real emotional, seeing that go up, and that can either fire you up or relax you. Hey, we did it. And this game's not really that important. It's more important for the Bills than it is us. That can happen. And I don't see that happening. It could, but I actually think it's going to be a really tough game. And I think the Bills are going to come out on top, man. I think the Bills are a really good team. And I think they're going to make the AFC Championship game this year.
I can believe it.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's been a little over a 2 hour show, man.
Mm, mm. That mean, hey, that mean you're having fun. It was a fun show, man. I loved all the other comments that we have in the chat. For the people that still watching the show, if you can go and hit that like button for us, man, we'll really appreciate it. Share it. Uh, uh, hit a couple of hearts, man. That'll be great. Uh, the football season is on the way, man. College, um, pro, and our platform is really designated for football. I mean, let's just be honest, man. That's kind of our hidden spot is football. So yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of great content coming from us, man. We're putting in a lot of research. We're doing a lot of brainstorming to come up with different shows and different topics that we can kind of keep you kind of occupied a little bit, and enjoying the show, man. We're trying to give you good quality content, not just a bunch of bull. So appreciate everybody tuning in, joining the show. I know we have some of the same people that tune in to us every week, man, and we appreciate that, man. Like I say, we trying to grow this show, man. Eventually, we gonna get where we need to be, but just keep supporting us, like, share, subscribe, and we appreciate all the love.
Yeah, man. Definitely appreciative of the love. Hey, man, we did 2 live shows in 1 week. That's really kind of a big deal, man. And we definitely appreciate the interaction. And again, man, anytime, like, hey, we appreciate the comments. Hey, you want to come on? Come on with us. Let's chop it up. Have something to drink. State your affiliation, and let's see where the conversation takes us. Before we go, do want to shout out. Just want to shout out to all the truck drivers out there. There's a lot of drivers that just turn on YouTube and just let it play. And so, man, we appreciate y'all. Continue to help us grow the show, and they, write the hit zone on bathroom stalls, the showers. Hey, check this out, man. And we really appreciate it, man. And appreciate everything y'all do.
No doubt. And with that being said, man, I'm your boy, Jay Hits.
And I'm C Rod.
We're the Hit Zone, reminding you to always be stronger than your strongest critic. We out. Peace.
Welcome.
Thank you for watching today's episode. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. We'll see you next time on the Hit Zone.